I'm going to take this opportunity for an announcement. I realize I've been up here a few times today. I have a lot of friends, and I get a lot of BFFs in the bioeconomy space. And for those of you who are new or not to this conference, Jeff does a really good job of highlighting a country and an opportunity from a trade and partnership perspective and a knowledge transfer perspective. He also highlights a province and he highlights a region. And the region for this year is La Région Trois-Rivières. So we're going to talk about Trois-Rivières as a great opportunity to develop and build bioeconomy-based projects and the ecosystem in which they can be built. But prior to that, I wanted to say that BIC has spent the last couple of years working with different regions across the country, and we have formalized a partnership with IDEOTR, the Innovation Économique Développement de Trois-Rivières. We lovingly refer to it as IDEOTR, so it just rolls off the tongue so nicely, doesn't it? So thrilled to announce that we've officially partnered with Trois-Rivières in Quebec to put boots on the ground to help identify, validate, and build globally relevant projects and companies in the bioeconomy. With this partnership, BIC continues to grow its presence and leadership in the Canadian bioeconomy. We're committed to having those boots on the ground across Canada, and with this new office presence, to better support organizations that are ready to serve businesses and communities nationwide. We want to extend our heartfelt thanks to our partners at IDEOTR, who have believed in us and supported this partnership from the start. We started with a successful initiative in Ontario 15 years ago to develop clusters, and we are now building and successfully building those clusters out across Canada. We're proud to collaborate with Trois-Rivières, and we look forward to the opportunities this partnership is going to bring. So, thank you to my, thanks, merci. Okay. So without further ado, our three panelists are going to talk about their role in building a unique ecosystem for project development within the Trois-Rivières region. Each of the panel members are going to talk about the role their organizations play in building what is regarded as the best region in Quebec for bioeconomy project development. After we learn about the great ecosystem players, we can entertain some questions from the audience and bring the conversation back to their collective role in supporting the growth of these projects. We're going to remain seated. We'll start with David Berthelot here, who is the Director of Innovation Développement Économique Trois-Rivières, IDEOTR. We'll then move on to Jean-Philippe Jacques, who's the General Manager for InnoFib. Finally wrap up with Sébastien Garipi, CEO for Groupe Inspire. I'm going to hand it off to David. I will click for you if you would like as you read your notes. And as they entertain this conversation, you're going to see the great ecosystem that they have managed to piece together, and my hope is that you'll also see where there's opportunities to build projects. All right, Fuzzy.
Thank you, Megan. Hi, everyone. So, Trois-Rivières, brief introduction. Trois-Rivières, as you probably know, is the second city founded in Canada and the birthplace of Canadian industrialization and a bio-based pioneer. But as a mono-industrial city came an important decline with the closure of many plant, pulp and paper plant in the last century, preferably in the 90s. And we had the unenviable title of Canadian capital of unemployment during this period. So, but because the resilience of our Smile enterprise, we're now, since the last decade, a rebound city with a GDP higher than the Quebec average. And a year ago, with this strategy for the Quebec government put a new strategy about the innovation zone, and they gave us the the title of Innovation Valley of Energy Transition. So with the battery, the transportation, electrification, with our partner cities like Bécancour and Shawinigan, for us, the focus is the industrial decarbonation. And you understand that the bioeconomy is a key role for us to accomplish our decarbonation. Yes? Thank you. So to explain this positioning, and so three years ago, we've been talking with our partners in research and development from our university and college. And the main topic was, if you want to be recognized as an innovation city and develop a durable economy, where do we need to focus and put our vast of socio-economic efforts? And the answer was very clear, it's crystal clear, it was the bioeconomy. That's the time you need to applaud, because we chose the bioeconomy. No, I'm kidding, I'm sorry, I'm kidding. And we collaborate with partners like Quebec, I know Geneviève was there, and Bioindustrial Innovation Canada, to have a fresh look on the market. And what is this market, said to us. So we have now a 2022 market study who put our region as a leader of bioresource economy. And a year after, so in 2023, we receive a BDO zone accreditation who confirm our position. So we have the resource. The forest is in our background. And an important convoy of a student, researcher, equipment, infrastructure, logistic advantage, and now motivated real estate partner like Sébastien. The goal, of course, is to facilitate the venue of people who want to develop with us the Quebec. I'm sorry, there's no frontier here. The Canadian bioeconomy with some of our key players in innovation. You see on the slide some of our key players we have for the research, applied research. First, the Hydrogen Research Institute for the green hydrogen. We have our university and INRS for ecomaterial, biofuel, eco-product. We have also an important, the CMQ is a very important metallurgy research center for new sustainable alloy and decarbonization processes. An IT telecommunication research center. Just think about the intelligence about the packaging. And also we have the CNET in Shawinigan for all the aspect of the biofermentation. And of course, we have Innofibre for technological application in bioprocess and biomaterial with this pilot facility. And that's now past the hand to my friend Jean-Philippe.
So thank you, David. So hello, everybody. My name is Jean-Philippe Jacques. It's a pleasure for me today to present you InnoFibre. So InnoFib, it's an applied research center with a team of 50 persons, and we collaborate with a private company to accelerate the technological development of bio-based product. And what you see on the picture here, it's our hub of bio-based product that is under construction. So it's not a dream, it's real. And the objective of this new facility is to improve our service offer. So first, we want to do some pre-commercial research. So there's a lot of universities that do fundamental research that are very interesting, but we know that there's a huge challenge before the commercialization. And when we talk about pre-commercial, this means that we want to do some pre-commercial system. We work with 100 kilograms of feedstock with tons, and it's really to accelerate the technological development. With this new facility, we have a unique pilot plan for the conditioning of the feedstock. So we know that it's a big challenge, the cost of the feedstock, but there's some solution on what we are working to find some ways where we have to clean the waste, separate the contaminants, but at the end we have some good bio resources that we can valorize. We work as well on agricultural, forestry, or municipal waste, and we also have a pilot lab on the not decarbonization, but the thermochemical conversions. So at InnoFiber, we have a good expertise on the biocoal, biochar, and each project that we realize, again, it's with a private company. So we don't sell our service, we don't push the technology, but the company come to see us because they want that we help them in the process. And presently, as you can see the picture before, we will have the new facility probably in February 2025, and we work now on the phase 2 and the phase 3 for have more pilot lab to help company to develop decarbonization process. So it is where we are, and also at InnoFiber, yes, we are doing research, but an important thing that was mentioned this morning, that we are doing the training of technician and high qualified person. So we innovate in this matter, so the student come and learn in our pilot lab. So it's not like lesson or course they have in this theory, but is it in practice, and we are there to work again with the private company to accelerate for the research and the training.
To have the possibility to have some new business in Trois-Rivières, we dedicated 2 business parks. On your left, you have our new decarbonization park we actually developed. It's around 9 million square foot of land. We want to develop for a business in decarbonization with building in with eco-material. And on your right, it's on the site that we had before the CIP, who was one of the biggest pulp and paper plant in the world during the last century. Now it's a mixed-use development, and we have 2 buildings right now. We focus to develop other building and innovation, and the focus, because we're in the middle of a ISO 14001 certification, in the process for the commercialization, the business need in their supply chain or in their development, the research and development, to add the biosource product. So that's the focus, and of course, that's for new building, but you understand that we have some brownfield we want to develop, and of course it's very interesting when we have the private sector, so private people who want to invest with us in this kind of business, in this kind of building, and my good friend Sébastien is there with a fantastic project for us. Sébastien.
Yes, thank you, David, for this segue. My name is Sébastien Garipi. I'm the CEO and founder of Groupe Inspire. What do? We're in fact creating sustainable communities. How are we achieving this? We are repurposing existing assets. Here is a good example. What you guys need to know is that prior to this project, we were mostly doing our projects in Montreal. So it's quite unusual for us to look at a property like this in Trois-Rivières. But I must say that the welcoming that we got from Trois-Rivières City was the decision-making aspect of going in Trois-Rivières and making this project happen. So thank you, David. So we came across this old paper mill facility that was vacant since 2 years. We didn't know what to do with it because it's a unique property, but what do you do with the multi-level floor industrial properties on the shore of the Saint Laurent? Very hard to know what to do. So we did take the time to meet David and his team to understand what are the needs in this area, what is the unfulfilled needs that we could maybe tackle with that project. And that's when the people at IDA told us that the agri-food sector wasn't well-deserved at all. So that sparked an idea of creating an agri-food hub where the agri-food producers could thrive. And we went further and tried to imagine a project that would be one of a kind, that would be very dynamic, that would help those companies thrive. And so we imagine a project that I will explain to you. So we did imagine the project, and then we tested the market to make sure that there was a market for that. And the answer was very good. So as a private developer, what did we do next? We went very quickly into construction mode to make sure that some tenants could come in. And we're very proud to tell you guys that since inception of the project until the first tenant that came in, there was less than 12 months in between those two. So it's a project of this size. You have to understand that the building is 360,000 square foot. That's a project that should have been done by the public sector. We decided to do it as a private group, and we did it very fast. So that gives you an idea of the space that we've done in there. So first of all, we created an agri-food incubator for businesses that needed to be in a dynamic environment to make sure that they can grow properly. We also did put a lot of shared amenities in there. When I talk about shared amenities, I'm talking about a logistic hub where you can see that we've built storage, refrigerated and frozen spaces. There's also a lot of common areas, conference room, bathrooms, kitchens, all of that. But also, if you can go on the next slide, we did something that was never done before. We created that technological showcase on packaging equipments. What does it mean? We did buy those packaging equipment that we did put in place in the building, where all the companies in the hub and also all the companies in the province can come and use them on a hourly basis. So most of those companies cannot buy those things because it's too expensive, so they can come and use it part-time. So that was a very innovating part. And what we're working on right now with Innofibre is to trying to develop some biosourced packaging materials that we would normalize to make sure that most users would use. So that's something great. Also, another very important point related to decarbonization that we're doing here, we have a huge power grid, electrical power grid at the building, and also huge water tank, storage water tank, as it was an old paper mill. So we were able to develop an energy loop, green energy loop, in order to heat and cool the building. So it's most probably one of the most innovative but sustainable development that has ever been done in Trois-Rivières.
So that's why in the last 3 years we developed a kind of ecosystem based on our innovation research center. We put also financing solution with the help of government, but also from our part, we with the city we had some fund for the creation of for employment development, and also now with the venue with BIC in Trois-Rivières, we're very, very happy to help our clients and the clients who want to develop in Trois-Rivières. So we have land, we have facilities, we have research and development facilities, we have a very kind of project, so tomorrow is very interesting.
All right, merci, merci tout le monde. So I've got a couple of questions that I'm hoping will actually help with a little bit of discussion. And if any of you have any questions from the audience, please, by all means, either put your hand up or write them down. We'll start with, well, actually, let's start with Jean-Philippe. So how does the innovation ecosystem in the Mauricie region stand out from other innovation ecosystems, apart from Yeah, we've got research. Yeah, we've got brownfield sites. Yeah, we've got great electrical grids.
Well, I think that in Mauricie we have a good experience in the bioeconomy and we are in action. So you can see on the picture, we present you some space of innovation. Sébastien presents the District Lupel, where is the place. If you are a startup, you are looking for a place to develop, you can install your prototype there. You have the ecosystem of the knowledge, and also the city help to the development. And we don't mention, but at Trois-Rivières, we do a study on the BDO zone, so we have a good idea where is the bioresources, what is the quantity, what is the quality of the bioresources. So when you're coming in Trois-Rivières, you're not alone. You have some experts around you that can help to develop. And another important thing that Sébastien mentioned is that we have green electricity with hydroelectricity. So when we think about bioeconomy, we have to need some green electricity to be in touch.
On a quelques questions ici. So the first one, in the Trois-Rivières bioecosystem, is the circularity of carbon, biogenic or non-biogenic, a priority? Yeah?
Yes, but right now in Trois-Rivières we want quick wins. Okay, so we have a plan, we have a lot of goals, but we collaborate with a lot of people, and because Trois-Rivières is an average size for a city, okay? So, but we have a port open year-round. We have an airport. Just as an example, we work right now with a startup with is friendly environmental de-icing agent from capturing CO2 from the smoke stack. So we want to be a ville laboratoire. Okay, and with our partner for the zero free carbon, we focus on that. We have some plan, it's true, but with our people, with our partner, we focus on the quick wins right now to embrace and to have the community behind us, and maybe to develop something very wonderful with all the people and all the region too, because it's not close to the frontier of Trois-Rivières. We work with some other cities in Quebec.
Merci pour ça. So we've got another question here, and I'll direct this to David, and then if anyone else wants to chime in. I guess first, congratulations to InnoFib for the new facility. Was written down. What is the specific role of e-hydrogen in the ecosystem? So a couple of things that you didn't mention was the only Canadian chair in hydrogen exists in Trois-Rivières, l'Université QTR, and the port, and then the opportunity to tie all those things into the bioeconomy.
But for the hydrogen, it's kind of new, because not new for Trois-Rivières. It's new for the industry. We saw the industry is not prepared right now. We work a lot with international organization to welcome some. We had 2-3 weeks ago an international convention in Trois-Rivières about the maritime for hydrogen. Sorry, for the maritime. We receive people from Rotterdam, from Bretagne, from some other countries, and. Firstly, we wanted to have some equipment business in this kind of industry, because we understand that maybe in Trois-Rivières it's hard to have a production with the power problematic and other. But in face of Trois-Rivières, you have one of the biggest industrial park in Canada with Bécancour. It's owned by Quebec government, and with Air Liquide, they have one of the biggest PEM electrolyzer in the world. So and with TAS Canada, they announced in this year a very big project for hydrogen in our region. But we have a lot of things to have a real ecosystem for hydrogen.
Merci pour ça. So I've got another question, and I'm hoping Jean-Philippe will actually chime in on this. a really big question around building projects in the bioeconomy is around HQPs, and you were the only one to mention highly qualified labor force within the region. So can you talk a little bit about what that looks like? Coming from a region that did not have the youth and has a multitude of academic institutions, and then going into Trois-Rivières over the last 2 years, the amount of HQPs in that region is mind-blowing to me. So can you speak a little bit to that?
Yes, of course. So Innofib is affiliated to the collegiate institution in Trois-Rivières, and we collaborate with the university at Trois-Rivières. So we know that the development of the skill is very important, but at different stage. We need to have a good technician. We don't want just a technician to put on the button and to wait that something happen. The company wants to have a technician that put on the button and they will know what's gonna happen. And they want to have a technician that will be able to adjust the parameters and the function if there is some problem or not. So this is why we do some training in our pilot lab, because we are in industrial, like an industrial facility, but with a small equipment. And we work often also with the university, where we integrate some PhD student or master student in our projects. So these students have the chance to first talk with the private company to understand what is the goal of the private company and what they want. And also they have the chance to prove if they are a good employee for the future. So it's a win-win situation. So we try to innovate in the training of HQP like this way.
Merci. So we're running low on time, and I'm just going to ask David to kind of tie things together, but there's a video that we wanted to show.
Yeah, we see.
Trois-Rivières, Canada, a university and port city located halfway between Montreal and Quebec City, where innovation and entrepreneurship flourish.
It is here on the banks of the St. Lawrence River that we find the cradle of industrialization in Canada. It is also here that hydroelectricity, a clean and renewable energy, was developed. Today, the region continues to shine. Our natural resources and technological know-how are at the forefront of the development of a decarbonized economy based on science and innovation for the well-being of all communities and future generations.
We set our sights on success. It's genetic.
In this human-sized city, organizations work efficiently and quickly together. We emphasize access to state-of-the-art facilities, qualified workers, and project financing.
The available programs and services help develop innovative projects and gain access to new markets.
Notre main-d'œuvre, c'est notre force vive. Et la qualité de vie que l'on retrouve ici nous permet de recruter des candidats de qualité et en plus de conserver nos équipes.
Here you will have access to testing laboratories and pilot facilities that are unique in North America.
Major investments in infrastructure and in the living environment make Trois-Rivières a place of higher learning and opportunities for the development of green technologies. With all these assets in hand, an innovation zone for the decarbonization of urban settings will make our region a Quebec leader in bio-based economy. Go green with us.
Merci. I just wanted to thank our panel, and thank you, Jeff, for allowing us to. Okay, merci. Okay.